I had a feeling this is a save point. So these lasers don't look ominous or anything.
No. Are they trying to keep you out or something else in?
Pretty sure they're just trying to keep you out.
And boss room, so what we got? Dramatic build-up. This is the last one, it looks like it. Holy crap, is he stuck away by leotard too?
It's what?
Yes! He's in my leotard!
Tim, what?
Avatos is wearing the one piece.
What?
Avatos is wearing the one
Oh my gosh.
This
It's
is even-
beautiful.
He's even the right colors for Justin Bailey.
Is he in it in the cutscene?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It even looks like he has tits. What?
Amazing.
This is the right color. It's even got like the almost white
I don't
skin
think
and the
he's
bright
even-
purple.
I don't think he's even wearing a shirt when, if you fight him without...
Yeah, if you don't put that.
on. What the hell?
I did not expect that.
May the prolongs by demise. Is it true that you at least... Yes, he did do that.
I think we've clearly established this by now, Trace. Alright, now tell me if this makes any sense.
It's taboo! The loss of a single people. Hey, did you know that humanity is a single people?
Yeah,
I'm
but...
just saying, I
it's-
mean, it's their race, your race, same thing. Theirs
Well,
might be a little
he-
smaller, but it's the same thing.
His argument is the people that are keeping all of the... His argument is the people that are keeping the progress out are the ones that are in the wrong here because there's a bunch of cool stuff on the other side.
Let me think about that for a bit. Okay, I've thought about it. My answer is... Hell no!
So, as a scientist, why is Trace... They're the same person. Why is Trace reacting this way?
Because he's kind of gotten very... He doesn't like killing.
But the thing is...
I think Aditos went a little bit nuts by being in the breach. Is the end.
The thing is, the Rascali have... what's it? Rascali or Rusalaki or...
You're sulky, I think.
You're
I think you're not
sulky.
supposed to shoot the robots.
Well, you can.
You can, but that's not the main thing.
They're in the way.
Yeah.
The Rusalki have been using Trace this entire time. He's only a copy of the real person. And Pink is not getting anywhere in this fight. You have to hit the glowing thing at the top.
Fine.
I mean, you can fight these things all day, but they're eventually going to kill you.
I was hoping they'd run out at some point.
No.
No, what you can do, though, is use the hack bomb to slow them down if you need to.
Oh, hello, Snubba! How's it going?
Yeah, see, so the Rusalki are just using you. Not only that, they've already killed you once to force you into compliance. I really don't have too much sympathy for the Rusalki here. They're machines of their dead masters.
Snubba's just going nuts. Get him, Space Whale!
I mean, Trace did do genocide or whatever, but all the people were acting like a butt to him, I guess.
That's not an excuse for genocide.
Well,
Basically, what he did is wage some sort of anti-religious war.
Well, he just
Is he
made a
said-
pathogen. He just made a pathogen that killed everyone, essentially.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to do.
No, it's not a good thing to do, but apparently he was doing it for progress because he had seen what's on the other side and that it was it
But I
makes
think
us
it's
look
also
like
been
people.
established that he's nuts. Oh, you won without dying at all. Okay. I
Oh,
died like a million times.
is that it? I mean, I know I'm super powered at this point, but was that it?
Yep.
I blame not having the flamethrower and also... Trace, maybe if you stop wearing the leotard now, you won't
See,
turn
so-
into him.
Ellis Nova and what's her face
Ophelia?
claimed that they wouldn't kill him, and yet they did. So they just everything has been using Trace to kill Athetos.
And down he goes. Plop.
I just don't like this plot at all. It's
I don't like the plot either.
you're just a pawn the whole time. You didn't do anything significant except help the robot people kill that guy. I hope you got more than 80% of the items so you can see the stinger that makes no sense at all.
Man, I haven't gotten to see that. I just asked you about it.
It's like a Planet of the Apes type shit.
That reminds me of the secret ending to Off. Where if you collect all of the items in this RPG, there's a completely unrelated ending
Look at his crappy little house.
where space gorillas swoop in and inform you that you've cleared the way for them to fight their arch enemies, the space brains or whatever. And then the credits roll.
Come thinking, I
As
never
they
did
laugh
find the
and
other
like insane
translations, so I
movies.
know that's one of the items I'm missing.
That's
And so we get to a credit sequence, which is going very slowly because there's not very many names to go by here.
Wait, is the stinger after the credit sequence?
yes.
Okay.
That's what a stinger is.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I should know.
Let's see, digitizing was either his sister or his mama. Let's see. So many people. I think all those people that held this game hostage for a while.
Okay, I recognize one of those names. I
Which
don't know
one?
from where. Shane Bettenhausen.
Okay.
I know that name, I just don't know why.
Built using Anime Studio.
Well, I mean, it was built using a lot of...
I know, but for some reason that piece of software's name's always made me a little.
I think it's a good piece of software, from what I've heard.
I hope I could they call it anything else.
Oh, I think I've used graphic scale.
Yeah, I've used graphic skill. Oh, I might be thinking of Manga Studio instead of Anime Studio.
The fact that it's both is kind of unsettling.
I think Manga Studio is used by a lot of webcomic artists, actually.
Help, this cat has been like staring at me and purring and bonking me repeatedly.
Graphic Scale is a good program if you want a sprite. Mostly.
Ugh. So that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I mean, I know I've played games that have just fizzled out before, but this one fizzled out some damn hard. Technically speaking, if I didn't dick around and get all the pickups, then it would only be fizzling out for like the last hour and a half, but it still fizzled pretty bad.
Where's Fishman?
So we suddenly get to the bulk of the plot, and all of a sudden everything just goes downhill. And when variety goes down, it's just a bunch of stuff that shoots at you repeatedly, and there's not really much you can do about it. Oh
I'm
man!
still sort of curious about the bits of the story that I missed.
Oh, hey! He's still wearing the one piece, even in the credits.
What bits of the story did you miss?
I don't know. I wasn't there. And or some things weren't explained. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure something's missing. And you! That's my favorite part of the credits.
Final stats.
Okay, are there any specific things that you want to ask about that weren't explained?
Total time 8.5 hours. Items 90%. Map 99%. That hurts so much. Let's count 2.
That's pretty boss. Yeah, map 99% is infuriating.
How did I figure out the freaking scanning nonsense for that one boss? I would have beaten the game without dying.
Yeah.
Sadness. Well, if I had actually killed it, I came pretty close on the first attempt.
I'm in time for this stinger I've heard so much about.
You haven't heard very much about it. Where's Yuki-chan's papa?
It's time for one more Ninja Gaiden cutscene.
One more thing. How does this make sense?
And so we get shot. Game over.
Like what?
Is there a gunshot sound?
Yes.
Is that how you know you got shot? Okay.
How's the gunshot sound? You're dead.
How is the Thanatos alive? How did he kill you? Why did he kill you? What is
Oh!
happening?
I know what he's totally doing. Oh, hey, we shot him. That means he's gonna respawn in the egg map in Cinder, right?
But how did a Thanatos find you?
Because he's you.
Because you are
That's
him.
brilliant.
No,
Yeah.
it isn't.
Okay, no. To put the things together. He actually failed to find a way to get back. And then he found time travel like 20, 30 years later and came back and shot himself to respawn back there. That's totally it.
So why didn't he just shoot himself in the future instead of going back in time to shoot himself in the past?
So he's actually young and nimble enough to not be useless.
Yeah, probably that.
Also to save himself 30 years of scratching his head.
But so what was the whole ending sequence then? Trace didn't actually go back?
That line, time to wake up, makes me think that it's probably bullshit.
No, that
I don't know.
that means
I'm-
he's gonna wake up in the egg, probably.
I don't know, it could be like, by the way, this was all a dream or a computer simulation like the Steam page said.
I have to get this cat away.
There's
Okay.
absolutely nothing in this game that contributes to either of those theories. The
Yeah,
Steam page has.
Either way. Oh man. That was a bit of a long one, but we got through it.
So what do you think overall?
God damn it,
It's
why did it have
okay.
to... It was okay. Why did it have to fizzle so hard at the end? Like, that just reeks of... It was been taking so long for it to get to put together, they just tried to rush the last bits.
Well, I mean, the double tap dash was only like halfway through.
The last double tap dash upgrade did at least help because it allowed me to just be all like, okay, I can ignore the world now. Tap, 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 tap,
And
tap.
you got a super cool weapon, so you didn't have to double tap dash into the last boss's weak point repeatedly to win.
It's true. I mean, without that, I would have just used any number of my other weapons.
Well, yeah, probably the killer.
You can use the killer pretty much.
Because, you know, I could use the shotgun blast thing, you know, the one that fires a million projectiles because it could fire it straight at the weak point and you'd do all the damage.
It
You know,
doesn't actually do as much as the killer, I don't think.
it's a hell of a lot of projectiles if you land all of them.
Yeah, but like, no one said the game was balanced.
It's true. There's way too many weapons. Okay.
Yeah.
Things that
I
can
only
be
got
done.
like half the number of weapons you did.
If sequel actually being made, things that could be done to improve. First, no double tap dash ever, ever.
Make a new controller that has extra buttons.
Or just learn that you
So
have
that
too many different functions going on, and you should find ways to combine them.
He already said that he had earned enough money to fund the sequel, so I guess there is a sequel.
Hopefully, this has more than one person on the team so they can do some place testing for him. Because another thing, gotta learn how to do a difficulty curve, man. Gotta learn how to do a difficulty curve. I mean, the lack of knowledge.
It's not more enemies.
It's not even the more enemies. It's not just enemy that just careens at you firing gun, because that was like almost
A
all
lot
of.
of.
Also,
That
all
was
the,
most of the enemies in the last half of the game.
also all the tiny
Oh,
enemies.
the tiny enemies were the enemies that weren't the ones that just careen at you while firing a gun.
You need a more variety of things, like things that are big and impressive and daunting and whatnot, but not super fast and just hugging you, because like most of the enemies that did anything were just hugging you. Another thing, just combine weapons. Don't have 50,000 of them. Find ways to merge them together as
Please.
upgrades.
Please.
God's sakes, my wheel was covered in 14 plus weapons. That's a problem.
I think you were at like 18.
Yeah, there's like 20 weapons by the time you get them all. That's a really big issue. It's just
I only had 12, but it was still a lot.
It's a big clutter issue. I mean, most of the power-ups were pretty cool, so I didn't really have any issues with those. I mean, the grappling hook was probably make it so you can't have the thing just break. Make it so it doesn't break, so you can, like the actual Super Metroid grappling hook, because that one's well done.
It's strange that it's worse than that
Also,
one.
consider hiring an editor for your plot.
Also consider hiring an editor for your plot to catch the holes and stuff that doesn't make much sense.
Maybe it was supposed to.
They
not
do
make-
address the holes. Trace is like, "What's up with these plot holes?" And Ophelia's like, "I have no idea."
Yeah.
And there you go.
I was hoping you'd tell me.
No.
Oh, let's see. I know there's other things I was grudging about.
Mostly the double tap dash.
It was mostly the double tap dash. I mean, that's the big thing. The double tap dash and the really just poor difficulty scaling and enemy design getting into the later portions of the game really didn't do it any favors. And the defective bosses too, since all they were really doing was spamming projectiles and you were just expected to dash through them. Because there was no way in hell you were jumping around them anymore.
Actually, I don't think like any of the boss design in the game is that great. Like the last two bosses are kind of dumb, like projectile spam nonsense bullshit, and the rest of the bosses are simple, like to a bad point. They're not.
It's hilarious. The boss I actually liked the most was the one that you had to fire the Nova between its legs and hit it in the butt. Because that actually, made you have to think and use your brain.
Well, for a few seconds, and then not anymore after that.
It needed less HP in the end, but I also kind of like the giant room boss just because you had to be observant and notice the glitchy things.
Yeah, that was all right, but it was still really simple in the end because it was very bad at hitting you with any of its attacks.
I mean,
You just stand in one place and like jump occasionally.
yeah, very simple stuff. I mean, it's kind of telling when the first three bosses don't even land a single hit on me.
Yeah,
think.
I mean, they look really impressive and complicated graphically, but they're not like.
Definitely know what they're doing with the actual visual design in the game. It looked fantastic overall.
And the music was good.
Yeah, it was just ominous. Like, it's good for a Metroid style game. I kind of wish there was more actual music in there and less just kind of ambient. But that's because I like creepy music in general. So stuff that really has a good creepy feel to it, as opposed to just ambient noise.
I mean, ambient noise can be creepy, but
yeah, but I like having something I can actually hum along to and not just.
she wants to be Luigi and hum along to the weird music. It's creepy.
Exactly. Overall, I had fun.